good afternoon, everybody. It's that time again, yeah? Welcome to the live trading room. I'm Ashley Reeve, guys. It's good to be with you. 25 November. And I keep telling you about these months. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, please remember the information we discuss in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way, yeah? Well, I'm ready to go and I hope you are too. Michael, Jules, Mel, Twista, Risejo, Mutusi, I see you. Let's wait for those slow pokes, ladies and gentlemen, yeah? Very good to be with you here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. 25 November. And we are officially live. It's really good. Ashley Reeve for the guys that's joining in for the very first time. It's an absolute pleasure. And it is really a blessing to be with everybody. We are live. We're kicking. We're squirming. We're doing what we can. Yeah. We're about to get started, ladies and gentlemen. Just nudge the person next to you and say TD is live. All right, we're going to get started, ladies and gentlemen. We have a technical session ahead. We see there is some fundamentals that will be coming out, at 3:30. We'll be done by then. That's at 3:30. You got the PPI retail sales coming out at 3:30. And we want to see how that's going to affect the markets, obviously. But before we get into those charts, guys, a warm welcome to everybody. It's really good to be with you guys here. And once again, if you're here for the very first time, welcome you. My name's Ashley Reeve, one of the trading educators at TD Markets and TD Markets Academy. And it's really a pleasure, as mentioned, and a blessing to be with you guys here this afternoon. I'm ready to get into some of the charts we have, really from the north, south, east, and west. Everybody that's here, a warm welcome to you. All right. Now, not only do we want to look at some charts, we want to understand what's happening in the markets. Obviously, from a fundamental perspective, I think that is going to be critical for us to know, irrespective of which region we are referring to, whether that be the eastern side, the northern or the western, it really doesn't matter. But we need to understand what's happening. I have on my radar some of the indexes here this afternoon. And needless to say, if you are trading anything at this point in time, pop it through into the chat facility. And we'll have a look at it as well. I do have some up my sleeve here for us to look at. Some of them are moving already. A few disappointing setups that have come through, and we need to now, wait for them to follow through. That would be the USD JPY, the Euro JPY, which we had, initially thought that we're going to push up further, but we've had a correction and it went deeper than I would like to say, it needed to. And so we need to wait for it now to actually recover, if I can put it like that. All right. So we want to dig into some of the indexes now. Then we're going to get into, some of the pairs that we also have here. And let's take it away. I think I'm ready to go. Yeah. All right, let's get in with it, ladies and gentlemen. So first and foremost, let's look at the gold price. Now, for those that are watching, you know that the gold price is absolutely bullish. That's needless to say, right? We're pushing up. You go to the hourly, to the monthly, you go to the weekly, you go to the daily. This is up over 50% for the year, all right? That's the gold price. And that's due to different things. I think I mentioned quite a few of them in the opening bell, a lot of global uncertainty. There was obviously the macroeconomic factors there, your interest rates, your inflation, and then obviously you had other, dynamics like your tariffs that also played a major role in why the safe haven assets were considered and why they really had a beautiful push to the upside. And we want to see if that extension is there today. I currently have the hour frame, in place. And the setup is specifically to the hour frame. Now, gold did pull back slightly, all right? It's still strong. It's bullish. It did pull back slightly. And the reason, or one of the important reasons, is because of the expectations of that rate cut. And that seems to be supporting a lot of that, all right? What we're looking for here is what gold has done. If you go into the opening bell that we did in the beginning of the week, you'll notice that you can see, obviously today's Tuesday, that's yesterday. And when we came in yesterday, we had said that, listen, the gold price at this point, though it be bullish, we need it to break below this area here to have some more extension to the downside. So right now, price has not done that. It's gone above our safety area here and pushed up. The challenge we're seeing now is that the resistance of 4146.73 seems to be holding. We would need gold to further extend with another push to the upside above this high here to give us the follow through that we so clearly desire. And if that happens, all right, then we would more or less go to about 4219. Now, bear in mind, we cannot tell any of our clients that they should be going up to this area or they should exit here, because we don't dwell or dabble in giving any of our clients any advice. But educationally speaking, and from a training premise, there is a huge possibility. There's a high probability that price is going to go back to these highs. All right. So we've just identified a specific level on that specific high, which is 4219.01. Our price can react and actually push way above that at 4242, or price can get really close to it at 42112 and miss it just a little bit. Now, the reason for Ash mentioning that is because we need to get to a place where we become comfortable with the daily target that we are trying to achieve. Now, not only do we chat to people that scalp, but we teach chat to people that want to swing trade or swing it as well. And this is a beautiful swing from this side to the up. And if we get that extension that we're looking for, that is a nice, beautiful push to the upside. It's quite a bit of a jump there. And so far, the fundamentals is supporting the push to the upside, but we need some follow through on the technical. So the gold price is now at 4146. So please hold on to that one. I've not jumped into any gold trades at this point in time. I'm actually correlating that now with the USD JPY. I'm pretty disappointed in this guy. I had, analysis earlier on. We had a high and we had a higher high form. And we just had a crazy correction back into this zone over here where it actually initially came from. Now, the yen itself, it's strengthened a bit. There's obviously talks about Japan to intervene, at a specific support area. Now, this support area is actually at a resistance of 160. And we are at 156 now, so we're still far away from that, all right? Now, initially we had thought with the strengthening of the dollar and these higher highs creating a new structure to the upside that we were going to push all the way up until there as well. Look at those long wicks there. But the yen seems to be very resilient at this moment in time. If you compare that with the dollar, it's a little bit flat today. It's under pressure because of the dovish stance of the Reserve Bank. Remember, guys, the Reserve Bank had 2 months ago said there's a 90% chance that there's going to be interest rate cut. Last month they came in with 40%. Just this week they pushed up to 69% again. So there's three fluctuating percentages in different ranges. And if you combine them together, that's one range. So it's between 40 and 90% of a chance that the Fed is going to cut those rates next week. All right, that's in the first week of December. Now, this is adding a lot of mixture, confusion to many traders. So they're depending a lot on technicals, but the technicals is not looking so good because the structure at this point in time is not being respected on the shorter or the lower time frame. I'm talking minutes now. But when you look at it on a 6-hour or 8-hour frame, you're going to find that this is nothing but a higher low that is formed. That's it. It's just a higher low that's formed. And so price is still within that higher low channel at this point in time. That's all it's showing us. So what we're attempting to see and do is not trade the higher time frames. We would like to trade the shorter time frames. It just needs more follow through. So from an hourly perspective, you can see here, let me just take this RSI off here so you can see. Looks like we are bouncing again from the 156.25. What Ash would need here for myself to feel a little bit more confident is if price closes above this purple trend line over there. If I can get price to be closing above that area, and preferably once again above where I'm going to draw this rectangle right there, that would be a beautiful place for me to get in. I'm waiting for that. Right now, I'm doing nothing. All right. Now, the saying of buy low and sell high, we've said that and we've taught the guys that is subjective. It's contextual. It also depends on what style of trading you are doing. If you are scalping, it does not necessarily apply because your low where you enter, there might be another low that's coming. And so if you are, holding positions on a much higher time frame, yes, it becomes a bit applicable over there. But at this point in time, we are at a low on the lower time frames, and Ash is waiting for follow through. Look at that. I'm waiting for follow through above this area before Ash engages in the USD JPY. That is for sure. Now, I'm correlating the gold and the USD JPY together. If the gold price goes up, by default, the correlation pattern is when gold goes up, the USD JPY comes down. All right. If gold comes down, the USD JPY goes up. So if the gold price pushes above where you can see my cursor right now, then I'm anticipating the USD JPY to drop a little bit. Now, that is the first thing about the correlation. The second thing is when you have uncertainty, when you see geopolitical tension, all right, the correlated pattern sometimes has an imbalance. And that means that what you would normally look for is, example, I would want to sell here because the gold is going up. The imbalance comes and you'll see that gold actually the USD actually strengthens against the yen. All right. And that would be due to the dollar and the yen properties, meaning the yen here would be strengthening as an example because of the intervention of the government, or vice versa. The dollar might be strengthening because of the lack of intervention on the Japanese government side. So that will be between them, and it may not be a broader scope correlated pattern. So you have to pay attention to that. You can get more of that when you join us in our sessions where we actually deal with some of these things. So I'm watching these two together, and I am combining, all right, that with Bitcoin. BTC. Now, even although crypto at this point in time is having a lot of similarities with the tech stocks, you can go and check it out. Look at what the analysts are saying. At this point in time, it seems like the tech stocks is more of a correlated or has a correlation ratio with crypto, okay? I'm using the Bitcoin to look for reactions, all right? Because remember, gold, if you look at many guys, when there is any nonsense going on in the US or some of the more safer places, they're going to go to, different assets to go and put their cash in there. So it is a little bit safe. Now, gold is one of them where it can increase in value. And many guys run to that from a safe haven area. All right. But then also you're going to see Bitcoin as well. Many guys will also go to BTC or to crypto in general, all right, when they do see the dollar is not doing so well. So if the gold price is pushing up, I'm looking and I'm correlating the crypto as well to see what reaction we have. And so far, the gold is going up. I'm not going to enter with the 1 hour. I don't think I'm going to be doing the 3. If I do the 3, it would have to be a candle that breaks above 4146. So for that, let me put on my candle timer so you guys can see it, all right? Right now, there's 43 minutes left. So in 43 minutes, if a candle breaks above that area there, I'll be going in for a long as Ash to around 4219. That's going to be the zone that I'm going to be looking at. So I got 42 minutes left there. I'm going to wait. One of the great things about being a seasoned trader is, you really have a lot of patience and waiting for the price action to develop and show itself to you. So these 3, we're going to be watching them together here. We'll be watching them and trying to see where the synchronization is. So gold, it looks like it's pushing up. USD JPY seems like we could be coming down for one more push to the downside. And then we got the BTC from a hourly perspective. Let me just show you. All right, we could be pushing down as well because you can see that there is somewhat of divergence over here. There we're pushing up, but here we're coming down. So the strength of the chart is to the downside right now, all right? So we really want to see what happens at that zone, and we're going to get back and revert to see if there is any movement, all right? So let us also go to Euro CHF. Looking fantastic here, actually, all right? The Euro CHF. I have a zone here, but Ash is waiting for 0.93609. Hold on. I made a mistake there. Let me just do this. 0.93609. That's what I'm actually waiting for. Now, I'm waiting for 15 minutes to close above there. I'm waiting for 15 minutes, all right? I'm looking for an intraday stance. So I'm monitoring the structure on an hourly. But if I see a 15-minute close above that specific zone, I'll be getting in for this specific trade, all right? And the only place that I'm looking to go to, you can see the strength of the chart is to the upside. I'm looking to go to about 0.94. I want to be a little bit more specific here because some of the guys like the specifics. They want to work that into their specific plan. So if I'm specific, I'm going to go range bound here. I'm going to go range bound, all right? I'm not going to give you a specific area because price can actually get exhausted anywhere between these two zones here. Let me actually just extend it so you can see it. That is between 0.93989 and 0.94423. That's the Euro CHF. It's between these zones. So if you really want to track it, if you look at the daily, it's just within that resistance over there. That's it. So remember, the kind of volume that you're going to use is going to be important because if you're using one standard lot and price moves a certain amount of pip, if it moves 1 point, all right, whether you're using a micro, a mini, or standard lot, that's going to determine how much reward you actually make. On the one side, if you're using a micro lot there, if it moves a pip, it's 10 cents per pip. If you're using a mini lot, it's $1 per pip. But if you're using one standard lot, it's $10 per pip. So it really depends on what lot size you use. And this is something that we teach ever so clearly in our sessions. Depending on what lot size or the volumes you use will determine what you're going to make, especially if you're looking at daily targets. All right, so Euro CHF, I'm looking for 15 minutes. It's not there yet, guys. This is all technical, by the way. There's no fundamentals right now. The only fundamental that's coming out at this point in time that I'm actually seeing here that's important, that's going to give us an indication of what's happening in the U.S. economy as well, is going to be the PPI, the month-on-month, all right, as well as the core retail sales. And that's important, all right? This is released by the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Its release date there, guys, it was delayed by 40 days due to the U.S. government shutdown. And basically what the PPI month on month will measure is the change in the price of finished goods and services that's sold by producers. And this is very important, because if producers are ramping up, that's going to tell you about the spending that's also to follow. So it's like a domino effect. So you want to know about this. And this specific release is released on a monthly basis. It's about, give or take, 12, to be more specific, 13 days after the month ends. All right. Next one will be on the 11th of December. So that's what's going to be coming out at 3:30 today. And so you got to watch that dollar index very well. Okay. So that is Euro CHF. I'm moving now to the Hang Seng. Now the Hang Seng is looking very, very nice. It rose to about between 0.7%, actually range bound between 0.7%, all right, and roughly to about 25,000 points. 25,000 to be more specific, 25,894. The two main drivers of this specific rise here, guys, is the U.S.-China or the U.S.-Chinese sentiment, all right? Trump called the U.S.-China relations extremely strong after speaking to President Xi Jinping. And then number two, China injecting liquidity into the market. So China's central bank made a big liquidity operation. It's the MLF injecting around 100 billion Chinese yuan into the economy there. All right. You'll also find that the tech stocks in Hong Kong there is also up, guys, plus minus 1.2%. And this was also helped by the tech rally. So you'll find across the board in the West, this also helped quite a bit, all right? Alibaba was one of those movers over there. CSPC Pharma was actually one of them over there that helped the Hang Seng push to the upside. And as you can see, technically, we are seeing that price has created a high from this support. But the challenge Ash is having here is this area. You see that? It's this area. All right. So this zone has not been broken yet. What Ash is waiting for is this area to be broken. And I'm going to place it there for the guys that's into the Hang Seng. Guys, the Hang Seng is a fantastic index. It's a big index. You can get paid quite a bit with the Hang Seng. All right. 26,055.37 points is the area that Ash is waiting for before I take my long. It's already in my buyer zone, which I'm very happy about. That's my buyer zone. But I needed to go into the actual buy area where I'm going to activate the actual trade. That is what I am looking for. Savage, I see you online there. Lindo, I see you online there. Kiela Bocha, I see you online. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Kind man, I love the name. Kind man, beautiful, beautiful feature to have, yeah? Wish we had more of that in the 21st century, yeah? So we are in the buy zone here. We just Ash needed to break above 26,055.37 points. Once it does that, I am looking for a long. The indices are looking phenomenal, by the way, all right? I also want to get into some of the other indices here, guys. The German DAX. For some of the guys that are into the German DAX, let us just go and find this sucker over here. Give me a second here, yeah? All right, so here we have, we get into work, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. DAX, one of the gainers today. Look at this, looking absolutely stunning. Let's look at the strength of this chart, all right? I'll give you some fundamentals on it. It's looking beautiful, by the way. And for the guys that are into the technos, look at this divergence here. Oh, man, it's looking beautiful. Oh, this is actually stunning, yeah? So when it comes to the German DAX, guys, it did tick up a little bit here, slightly to about 23,265. We're just above that mark now. We're around 290. It is a part of a broader positive tone, guys. There is a macro concern, though. The German economy stagnated in quarter 3 versus the previous quarter. But from the sector perspective, the defense and aerospace sectors, all right, caused the rally. And that's important. The companies there, Rank and Airbus, the tech and bank strength also came up. Infineon Technologies, Commerzbank as well. They are responsible for the surge in this index over here. And so what we're trying to establish is to see, is there strength in here? Now, when I go to the daily chart, all right, let me actually just do this. There is divergence, so it's looking good. There is no strength on the daily, but I want you to notice something here. We're just pushing above the 40. Now, many guys chat about the 50 a lot of times. Ash is bringing in the 40 here to let you guys know this is a very important area, because when price starts pushing above the 40, there's a higher probability that the 50 strength gets met. So that may mean that there is a short to medium push to the upside of strength. That does not mean that we're pushing up all the way now, all right? Because if you look at the weekly frame and you look at the monthly frame, T, what's up, brother? If you look at the monthly frame, my brother's in the house. Yeah. If you look at the weekly frame and the monthly frame, you can see they are still below the 40. Below the 50. So that's telling us that the strength to the downside, it's also created a bit of, a beautiful low there. So which means at this point, there could be a correction that is coming with the German DAX. All right. So we will not be looking at this on a daily frame. We're going to drop down to a 4-hour to attempt to engage that correction. Okay. So if you look at it from this angle over there, I want you to pay close attention to what Ash is doing here. I'm highlighting all of the areas. Look at that. Those are the lows. There's the lows. And you can see there's more than one touch, so it's valid, right? But what Ash is also going to do is I'm going to be putting up a median line over here. And the reason why I put that median line, number one, it's skill, it's technique. It's obviously technical. If you look at the etymology of the word technical, you're going to find the word skill there. So it has a lot to do with skillfulness as well. And guys, we teach this. All right, we teach this. Now, if we get a correction to the downside, let's just say we do go into a buy and price does this. That's going to be the area to watch right here. That's going to be the area to watch. If price bounces from there, we are still good. But if price pushes below that specific area, that is a very, very dangerous and risky zone. Are we together? So what we would look for price to bounce from there if it doesn't go up immediately. Listen to what Ash said. Are we together? All right, look at this. So here we go. If price does not push up immediately, there could be that area. What we don't want, traders, is for price to do this. That is what we don't want. That's a no-go. Let me see if I have something for that. If I have a little bit of a shape or arrow or graphic or something. I don't know if I have something for that. No, I don't. Okay, I have a thumbs down for it. There's a thumbs down, all right? So we don't want that. That's something that we don't want, all right? But what we would like is that area. There's a thumbs up there, and we would absolutely love the thumbs there, all right? So let's look at it now. Let's now look at this for a possible long to the upside. The strength is to the upside. Let's go into the 15 minutes for some more structural development. All right, let's go to work. All right, so let's zoom in. Come on, baby. All right, so that's our zone here. Oh, yeah. All right, if I can get a 20-minute that closes above there, I'm in. That's the German DAX. A 20 or a 30 minute, doesn't really matter, one of the two. So let me take this off so you know. Let me take that so you guys know what we're working with here, yeah? So from a German DAX perspective, above, I'm looking for a 20 minute or a 30 minute candle. Above, 23, 524. Big index, big money can be made on this one here as well. It is surging. This is not long-term, people. This is short to medium. It's ranging in between. Watch it, watch it, watch it. So just above 23,524. And you can monitor this on the 4-hour time frame so you can see. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning. We don't want this beneath here. The moment Ash sees something beneath there and there's a close, I'm out. The same 20 or the 30-minute closing beneath here, I'm out of that trade. I'm not getting in there. Right now, it is bullish. That's the German DAX. All right, let's switch over to the US indices, yeah? All right. So the Russell 2000, I'm already in this specific trade. I'm seeing a bit of profits already. You can clearly see the setup here. Needless to say, this is self-explanatory. All right, if I switch on the relative strength index to see the strength of the chart, this is absolutely. Look at this. Let me just make this a little bit thicker so you guys can feast your eyes on that. Look at that area there, and then look at this area there. So there's definitely strength to the upside. And I'm extremely excited about this one. So look at this. So 3:30, you got to check out Russell 2000. I'm already in here. I got in earlier on. I'm in a little bit of profits here. It's not that much, but you can see that's a beautiful high. I'm looking to take it up to, and this is, remember, back to these highs here. Back to these highs. Now, if you guys remember some time ago, I spoke to you about the past 7 days. I spoke to you about the past 14 days. Watch it, all right? So let's count back real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we are above the past 7 days, all right? Then 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we are 14, sorry. We are going back, looks like it, back to 2 weeks ago, the resistance of 2 weeks ago. That's the technical side of it, all right? Very important. And today, all right, actually yesterday we rose above the 7-day mark. So this is looking good so far. There's no issues here. We're still looking for the upside. Obviously, guys, we do not want price to be going back and creating a very long candle downward here. Then obviously we do not want to be in this specific trade, all right? The S&P 500 also looking similar to the Russell 2000. Now, what's important about this, guys, from the US side here, all right? Why one needs to look at it is that these indices, they tend to have similar movements. When the 2 on the western side pushes up, you'll find similarities perhaps on the northern eastern side of the world as far as indices is concerned, all right? So we're seeing them correlate. We're seeing this is a high and we're seeing a higher low at this point in time. What I also like about this is that for the day, we've just been kind of bearish. So I'm really looking for some upside. I'm looking for price to actually push up, all right, to the upside. And I'm gonna actually give you a little bit more information on this, all right? I want you to notice something with me here. Notice every time when price opens up, all right, it will go down for the day and then push up. Or it will go up for the day and push down, all right? I'll say it again. It will go up for the day, early hours, or at least the first part of the day, and then later on we push down. You'll see here as well, we went down for most of the first part of the day, and then we pushed up, all right? Now, that is a pattern within this specific index. It's a pattern. Sometimes you'll find that price at this point in time, look, it went down, went up for the rest of the day. Here it opens up, we went up here. From there, are we together? We still in the upward side, and then we push down. Now look at the pattern. The first half of the day, if we push down, the second we then go up. Now we're seeing that pattern come through. Something similar is happening with this structure. Here we came down, we went up. Here we came down, we went up. We now have come down again for the day, so we're looking for the break to the upside, ladies and gentlemen. It's happened here as well. For the day, this one, we came down, we went up. So this pattern is repeating itself. It doesn't mean it happens with all assets. What am I trying to say? Make sure you study each asset, all right, and the patterns it actually shows in its movement. So we're waiting for that push to the upside, waiting for it to break. The moment it breaks there, I'm already in here though. I'm really looking at this trend line to be broken. If price comes back in here, you see my blue line is a buffer. That's my buffer there, 6637. 6637. Let me actually put it there, 6637.16. If price breaks beneath that area, Ash is not staying in there, all right? Now, they say the brain works in those two ways, either fight or flight. That to me is contextual when it comes to trading, all right? At this point in time, I'm not trying to fight anything. If price pushes below there, I'm taking my cash and I'm moving on and I'm waiting for a better signal, all right? I'll live to fight another day. At this point, I'm in. It's good. It's looking nice. It's broken above key areas. So I'm looking for that upside over there. All right. So let's loop back quickly to see what's happening within those ones. And I'm looking on the chat facility. The guys are okay. If you guys are trading anything, let Ash know. I'll go into it. At this point in time, I'm not seeing anything. So guys, if there is, you just let me know. All right. But here we go. Let's go back to gold now. So gold, somewhere, somehow, looks like it's finding and staying in that zone of support right there. Look at the USD JPY. It's staying right there. No action at this point in time. The Bitcoin price, like I said, I'm using this as a buffer. Nothing there as yet. Look at the Hang Seng. Absolutely the same. Nothing has worked or moved there. Euro CHF, nothing has pushed above there yet. Russell 2000, we just went through that. S&P, nothing. The German DAX, all right, I said I'm looking for a 20-minute or I'm looking for a 30-minute. All right, let me just take this off so that you guys can see a little bit more clearly. All right, let's go and see what's happening with some of the others. I have the CAC as well. The CAC 40, that is the French index. We have that as well. I'm going to go and check this one out for the guys. There's some fundamentals that came out with this guy as well. And we want to try and see what's happening with this fellow over here. All right. So this one's looking pretty good as well. Let's look at the strength of the chart. Whilst we're doing that, guys, the CAC 40, I'm not going to pronounce it the way some of the guys would have said it, especially from South Africa. If you had to put a K in front of the C, you're going to get a different result there. So I'm not going to say it in that way. So I'll just say CAC 40. All right. Oh, man, we got to find joy. If you're not going to have any fun, what's the use, ladies and gentlemen? All right. So the CAC of 40 right there, some of the fundamentals around there. Big French stock index, ladies and gentlemen, rose about 0.2% to about 7980. It's just above that zone. It's at 86. It rose to 80. It's at 86 now, 7986, bouncing back after a small drop earlier. There's a lot of optimism around this specific index, and that's coming from the expectation that the U.S. Fed might cut those interest rates soon. Remember, cutting of interest rates makes things cheaper. All right, guys, it makes things cheaper. And that, obviously, from an investor perspective, there are times when it's good for them. And then there's times when those interest rates are hiked, it makes it also good for them. So it really depends on what you're looking at. Also, the audience, if it's the consumer, cutting rates are great. Because obviously now there's some more movement in the economy. People can loan again. People can buy houses, property, or real estate. You'll see that come up nicely again. You're going to see vehicles being purchased again. So the banking sector can really push up really nicely there when you're seeing the rates being cut. But it's very, very important to also know that many of these countries, they're looking at these things because they're obviously trading together, yeah? Now, France being in the Eurozone there, guys, the optimism of the cutting of the rate, the market is putting about an 81% chance of something happening with the Fed rates. And that's what I started off with saying, between 40 and about 40 and 89 or 40 and 90% of that specific cut, all right? The top gainers in this index here, guys, because the strength is up right now, are some of the banks. I'm not going to try and pronounce some of these at this point in time, all right? But some of the banks are up there. We have defense, the sector also up there. That's cyber. Thales is up 1.6%. There's a security or a cyber security deal that they just went into, and that has pushed them up by 1.6%. Aerospace, specific industry, Safran, that is 1.35% increase. Some of the big losers there is Capgemini, Bureau of Veritas is minus 1.1%. Capgemini minus 1.5%. So those are some of the losers, but there's more gainers here, all right? So we're seeing the push up. Look at the daily frame here, all right? Something similar. It's between the 40 and the 80, which is telling you that what? A correction, right? So we're not going to be monitoring this on the daily frame. We're going to be looking at it on a 4-hour frame from a structural perspective. And you're going to see me actually take that high and merge it over here, all right? Then merge those two over there. Make sure that we get our halfway line or a midway line there, so that we can have some form of equilibrium. All right, so here we go. Let's get that running. We're going to a bit of work. It's breaking out now. We above. Look at that. Looks like it's already bounced. It's already bounced, guys. Look at that. All right, so what's going to be key here for us? Let's see. 15-minute structure. Here we go. Look at this beautiful push. All right, here we go. So right there. Oh, yeah. This is stunning. Get into our classes and you'll understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, guys. Right there. That's the zone. That's above 8109. Let's put it there, 8109.11. There we go. So above the zone over here, guys, I'm looking for a 20-minute frame above there. I'll be getting into this one. This one looks beautiful. The fundamentals is supporting us here. And this is short to medium term. This is not the long term. It's just a correction. Look at that. Look at that. All right. So we're going to leave that right there. Let's go and check what's happening, guys. Euro JPY, look at that. All right, so the USD JPY, we're not seeing anything happen there, but look at the euro. Look at the euro. I need the euro above there. Hang Seng, we above. There we go. Euro CHF is looking beautiful here. Look at this. Euro CHF. I'm waiting for a 15-minute candle. So by 3 o'clock, 1500 hours, I'm waiting for 0.93609. 15-minute candle right there. That's what Ash is waiting for. Oh, I already got it this. Apologies, I already got it there. So a 15-minute above that zone, right there, and then I'm gonna be going in. Ash wants that. That's what I'm looking for. All right, Russell 2000 looking fantastic there. S&P 500 looking nice. German looking beautiful. Look at that, 23,524. Just a 20-minute above there, and then I'm going in. This one also. So right now, what looks fantastic at this point in time, gold price, I'm not doing nothing here. You can see it's still stuck, right? USD JPY, nothing's happening there right now. Euro yen, nothing at this point. It's the indices that's looking good. The indices and this Forex, at least the traditional side, right above there, 2.03797. That's GBP AUD. Let me place it there for the guys. Ash is looking for along there. 797. There we go. So that's what I'm looking for. 2.03797. Euro CHF, you know about that. Russell, I'm in. S&P, I'm in already. I'm not in on the German. I'm just waiting for 23524, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what else we have here. It's pretty slow, guys. It's pretty slow, yeah? Please go and look at some of the stocks. Palantir's up, Facebook, Amazon, Nvidia's up, Tesla's up. We do have the shares that you can trade with us on the NYSE guide, SE, New York Stock Exchange, 3:30. Let's see here. Euro AUD up by Euro NZD. Let's go. Euro NZD. So this one here, guys, very interesting. We are bullish. We definitely bullish, but it seems like there might be a correction. There might be a correction here. Look at this. So can you see that zone there? That was the correction. But look at this. So at this point in time, strength is up. We might, oh my. This is a continuation. This is a continuation. Look at that. All right. So what we're waiting for, 2.12. 2.12. There we go. 2.12345. All right. So what I'm going to do with this, I am waiting for price. Now watch very carefully. You see that high there? That's the high to beat, not this high. Listen to what I just said. This is my high that I'm waiting for, not that. Because that high belongs to less strength. This is where the strength is. So if price does not break this area and correctly, let me just do this. Hold on. There we go. That's what I'm waiting for. Yes. That's it. We are dabbling there now. Nice. Nice one, Ash. Beautiful. Nice. All right. That's what we're waiting for. See, we're still dabbling inside. We've not gone out of it. So many guys, what they're going to do is they're going to focus on that high there. Nope. This is the one. We have to break this one here. All right, we have to break this one here. So if price can break that high, I'm going in. Look at this. It's actually a very nice trade. But I need to wait for it. I'm gonna wait for it. 2.06389. Let's go. 2.06389. There we go. All right. And then, guys, remember at 3:30, at 3:30, we have the PPI and the core retail sales for the US. So expect movement. All right. So just to loop back here before we adjourn, look at all the movements we're going to be waiting for. We're going to look for gold. That's one. Please make a note of that. Gold, we're waiting for it. At this point, we want to see which direction are we pushing in. New high. If we can get a higher high at 3:30, then we know we are good here. If price comes down, it does not mean we're selling, all right? It simply means price is just going deeper. This is a new high. High, higher high. So if price comes like this or pushes down, that's a higher low. Does not mean price is coming all the way down. Excuse me, it doesn't mean that. So if the dollar strengthens at 3:30, a new higher low gets formed. Later on, we could then possibly push to the upside, and that might be tomorrow. Today, unless the fundamentals come in negative, then we push up. But at this point, technically, looks like we are pushing down first. All right. USD JPY, we're waiting. Nothing here yet. We're still in that channel. It's touched, but we got to wait and see whether we push up or we come down. At this point in time, we are still correcting. This is still in a correction phase. All right. Euro JPY, also in a correction phase right here. You can see it. It's in a correction phase here. All right. Hang Seng, I've not entered here. I need 260.55 or 26,055 points. GBP AUD above 2.03797. I'm getting in there. Euro CHF above 0.93609. Ash wants to get in there. All right. But I'm waiting for it. Russell 2000, I'm already in. I'm already in profits there. I'm waiting for it. S&P 500, I'm seeing a correction. Look at that on the shorter time frames. You can see it. Look at that rejection. So pay attention to that. That's why I'm saying 3:30. If the dollar strengthens, all right, we might get this coming down first. We might get this coming down, but we're going to wait and see. German DAX, 23,524.42 points. Above that area, new high. Ash wants to get in here. There's a lot of strength to the upside. CAC or FRA40, all right, above 8109.11. And then we have Euro NZD at this point above 2.06389. We'll be watching that. Also, guys, remember Thursday, we have our second trading room. And don't forget Friday's Crypto Decrypted, also via YouTube, where we speak and talk crypto. All right. We'll be on our TDME platform, and we're making sure that you guys see how that functions. Additionally to that, guys, obviously our classes that we are also digging into now. There's the crypto classes that is at 11:30. And at 1 o'clock or 1300 hours. That's Mondays to Fridays. So make sure that you chat to us. You can visit, care@tdmarkets.com. Our super support team is going to assist you. They know exactly what to give you to get started, to get in there. And you're going to follow a similar process in terms of, getting your TDME account open. Your derivatives platform, fund your account, and you'll have access to the classes for absolutely no cost at all. All right. That's the trading room here. Good start to the week, guys. Flat, but good. Some progress, some movement, but we're waiting to see what happens after the PPI today, because it's going to set some form of tone for us to actually carry on and over into Thursday when we have our second trading room. All right. Have a fantastic, fantastic day further. What a pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. This is Ashley Reeve, guys, and I'm signing out for now. I'll see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.